This is me. And, well, I mean, it's the future me. And as much as I would love to be the future me right now, well, somehow I'm in 2009, which technically is the future, but is also the past. But wait, hold on. Most of you probably aren't ready for that conversation. We'll just rewind, and it might explain how I got here.
Hello?
Hold on. Stop. Fast forward a little bit. They don't want to watch this. If they want to see this, they can watch the rest. Right there. Yep. That sure is a shiny Giratina. But most importantly, this is not mac and cheese. And this is not my team. So I'm in a alternate dimension me right now. Okay. Well, here's the deal. Shiny Giratina in this game has a 1 in 8,192 chance of being shiny, which means I have a 1 in 8,192 chance of going home. I wonder what mac and cheese is doing right now. But if I'm gonna do this hunt, I want to do it the old way. For those of you who don't know the history of this bright and charming, masochist-driven community, well, let's have a history lesson real quick. You see, back in the day, we didn't have capture cards, shiny charms, sandwiches, etc. In fact, this is how I found the community in the first place. Back in 2010 through 2013, I used to watch some of my favorite shiny hunters. Shiny Twins 178, Aaron Oathout, Supreme Arcanines, Custom Lego Minifig, Candy Eevee, and I mean, the list goes on. There were no storytelling videos or epic, insane, shiny reaction. It was just a bunch of us kids with too much time on our hands. So I was like, why don't we hunt Giratina just like that? So let's talk about what we'll need. A DS to start, but I'm actually going to be using the DSi XL because it has the best screen for IRL recording. And obviously a copy of Platinum, a copy of Heart Gold and Soul Silver, which I'll go over later, and a Gen 5 game, a 3DS system with Poké Transporter and Pokemon Bank. And not that I'll actually need a guidebook, but I thought it would be fun to use, and it's a trip down memory lane. My Switch with Pokemon Home to transfer from the 3DS to the new games, and I mean, you're gonna need mac and cheese. You know, look, I don't make the rules, and it's optional, but if he's in your closet tonight, well, I'll see you later. But you see, we needed one more thing. Now, remember how I said that I'm gonna need a copy of Heart Gold Soul Silver? Well, this is why. Because right now, my main way of being able to damage and catch Giratina effectively was a Pokemon called Smeargle. Smeargle learns the move Sketch, which copies the opponent's moves and makes it its own, and you can find them pretty easily in the Safari Zone. My Smeargle specifically has Spore for putting it to sleep, Foresight to be able to hit Ghost-type Pokemon with normal-type moves, Super Fang to damage the Pokemon, and Substitute because I was just like, what the heck. Alphablock's Pokemon has an incredible guide on how to make a Smeargle like this in his Giratina video, so I recommend checking that out for more info. And I mean, also, it's Absol we're talking about, so some of the best Pokemon content on the internet. Let's be real. But the reason why it is so imperative that you have a Smeargle like this is because Giratina has a total of 30 PP, which means if I don't catch this before it runs out of PP, well, I fail. And to make matters worse, let me throw a number at you. When Giratina is asleep and at 30-ish% health, Giratina has a 1.598% catch rate. Yeah. But after 6 days and 4,000 plus resets, I have found one of the most failed shiny Pokemon of all time. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. That scared me so bad. I'm watching Cowboy Bebop right now. Shoutouts to the heavy metal queen. Oh my gosh. how long... Oh, wait. I gotta screenshot this. Hold on. Let me collect myself real quick. Dude, what? Oh, okay. I've been at this for the past week. I'm talking like full days off, shiny hunting for like 12 hours a day. 4,200 soft resets. That is crazy. I just passed odds for the newer generation games. That is so crazy. Oh my gosh. I can't believe this. This is insane. I didn't think I would get it under odds. I legit thought I was going to go to the full 8,000. This is nutty! Wait a minute! I don't know how to... That scared me. That actually scared me. I was watching the show and it just happened. Because like I had lost all expectations when it came to shiny hunting like this. I haven't hunted a full odd shiny in like about 4 years now. So this was wow. Wait a minute. Okay. All right. Oh man. Oh boy. Okay. So before we get started, I need to show. Oh my gosh. I'm so scared to touch it because of the horror stories. I need to show that there's no cheating device. Okay. So as you can see, there's just the rubber band back here. Here, let me turn my light. As you can see, it is just the cartridge. And let me just put this down very gently, okay? Very gently. Sorry, Dallas, but you scarred me for life on that. And, well, the rest of the battle is pretty boring. Yeah, I used Foresight and Super Fang to weaken it down and Spore to put it to sleep. It only had about 15 PP before I managed to catch it, but between Dusk and Dive Balls, I actually caught it in a Dusk Ball because technically it was nighttime where I lived and in game. So, yeah, I guess it worked out in my favor and I didn't have to deal with that 1.5. I think I had like, what, maybe, I don't know, if I had to guess 3%. So I got lucky. Crazy, insane sensation of finding a full odd shiny and one like this. All right, so this technically isn't the right lens that I should be using, and I apologize. I know there's like a little bit of a blur distortion word, and that is like, oh man, oh shit. But yeah, there's no camera panning or cinematics to make it more interesting, and I wasn't using a DS capture card, so I really couldn't do any zoom editing without losing quality. But that's because it was more about the experience rather than what popular or trending in terms of YouTube content right now. Hey, but this is where it gets fun, because this is probably my favorite part of making this entire video. Yeah, these Gen 4 sparkles are really nice, but there's something that I really want, and it's called the Time Travel Award. But before we move on to that, I wanted to beat Mommy, which beating Cynthia really wasn't that much of an issue because, well, I mean, really the only challenges were Garchomp and Lucario. But now I had my original Sinnoh Champion ribbons. And yes, before I get blasted in the comment sections, I did go back and get the Grisius orb so that you can see the back sprite of the shiny. Okay. Now it's time to time travel. And I mean, the one without Arceus, sending us back in time against our will, the lawsuit is still pending. So this is when our 3DSs and our Gen 5 games are gonna be needed. By going to the Pokemon Transfer Lab on the Route 15 in the Unova region with your DSs in hand, you're able to initiate a minigame that allows you to transfer a Pokemon from the previous gen. And the minigame is so cute. I could honestly play it all day. The sprite work is fantastic. And also, I know I've said it many times, but Gen 5, well, is still the best gen. I mean, I feel like the animated 2D sprites is enough to get this point across. Come on, Octopath Traveler's style Pokemon win. Those are the real questions we should be asking. After that, you can use your Pokemon Transporter to transfer your Pokemon to Pokemon Bank, and from there, Pokemon Home. It's a pretty straightforward process if you've never done it before, but you type in a key on Pokemon Bank that's provided by Pokemon Home, wait a few minutes, and ta-da, your Pokemon is there. And with that, we were finally ready to receive our time travel award. But it's not on Pokemon Legends Arceus. Oof. But don't worry, we'll get there. The time travel award was something that was introduced in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Though a very small portion of people actually know about it, I just think it's such a fun feature that they've added to the games to recognize players throughout the generations. And by talking to the game director in Valor Lakefront with your transferred Pokemon in party, it triggers the time travel award. That's pretty neat. But this is my first ever time travel award, which is also a really big reason why I wanted to make this video. Because as much as time travel is a part of our content, I just thought it would be like cool to actually time travel. Okay, that's it. that's the point of the video. We do have to do one more thing, and that is transfer Giratina, well, into a Pokemon. I can't say into a Pokemon game, but, you know, into a better Pokemon game. Oh, Lord, he thick. Wow. The metallic material on his little rings are just fantastic. Go ahead and grab our Arceus orb. Get that bad boy demoned up. Oh, my. What? No, but actually, though, this has been, like, one of the most rewarding videos I think I've ever made. I know it's not our normal content, but the entire experience has been wonderful. And look at this. Definitely gonna be in videos. Giratina is my favorite legendary, which is why, like, I have waited to do the full odds hunt. And what? I thought they patched that out. Freaking Game Freak, bro. Oh yeah, and also when I was trying to do this, I found a shiny. I found a shiny, but it's one that we all have. Wait. Oh my. Dude, I'm just trying to record the video. Oh my god, I love that. So Altered Form works, but Origin does not. What? Why? That was my hopes and dreams. Anyways, this is the point of the video where I normally say, you know, if you made it to the end of the video, well, I'd like to thank you for watching. Yeah, I know this is a bit different in terms of our normal content, but if you enjoyed it, I appreciate it because I had a lot of fun making this video. Yeah, that's pretty much that. You know he sleeps. Look at it sleeping. Just a couple of sleepy boys.